Vine slowly opened her eyes, the soft sunlight brushing her cheek. She blinked a few times, realizing she wasn't in her usual bedroom. The air smelled different. She turned her head and froze beside her. Taehyung sat on the couch, wearing a black shirt with his sleeve rolled up, his cold eyes focused on a file in his hand. Vine, you are already working. It's our first morning together, Mr. Mafia. Taehyung lifted his eyes from the file, his gaze sharp but softening the moment they met hers. He placed the file aside, stood up, walking slowly towards her. Taehyung, you should still be sleeping, Princess. Vine, how can I sleep when you look this handsome in the morning? Taehyung inhaled, trying to hide the faint smile on his face. He sat beside her. Taehyung, you talk too much even in the morning. Vine, that's why you marry me, right? Taehyung looked at her, his gaze deep, unreadable. Before saying anything, his voice husky and deep. Maybe I did, so no one can else hear your endless soft voice. Van giggled, hiding her face with the blanket, and Taehyung cackled quietly, something no one outside these walls ever believed. But for now, he was just a Taehyung, the man who melted in her presence. Van peeked from under the blanket, her eyes sparkling as she watched Taehyung stand up, walk towards the window. Van, you didn't even have a breakfast yet, did you? Taehyung didn't turn around. His voice came out low and calm. Taehyung, I was waiting for you. Van eyes widened. She quickly threw a blanket aside and jumped out of the bed. Her messy hair bounced. Van, really, then let's eat together. I can cook for you today. Taehyung raised a brow, finally looked down at her, the sign of her messy, and make him smile. Taehyung, you can cook. Van, I can a little. Taehyung leaned forward silently, in deep voice. Last night you almost burned water, Princess. Van, that was an accident. Don't tease me early in the morning. Taehyung caught her wrist gently, his tone soft. Taehyung, I am not teasing. I just don't want you near the stove. You are too precious for that. Van looked up, her heart skipping. His expression was serious. Van, then you will cook for me? Taehyung smirked a little. Taehyung, I don't cook either, but I can order something for you. Van laughed, holding his hand with both of hers. Van, then order something sweet. I want pancakes. Taehyung, pancakes. It is. He turned to make a call, while Van leaned against the window, her smile never fading. For the first time, she realized what it meant to be loved by someone who had the whole world in his feet. After a few minutes, breakfast was delivered. The dining area of the mansion was quite filled only with the soft tickling of the clock. She sat at a long marble table. Taehyung poured coffee into his cup. Van, Taehyung, try this pancake. It's so soft and sweet. Taehyung looked up from his cup, his usual emotion face softening as she held out a piece of her pancake. Van's eyes sparkled. Taehyung, it's good. Van, see, I knew you like it. She clapped her hand excitedly, and Taehyung just watched her, the way her cheeks puffed when she smiled. A faint smile on the corner of her face before quickly looking away. Just then, one of the men entered, bowing silently. Bodyguard, boss, the shipment has been confirmed. Should we? Taehyung called Aura instantly returned. His eyes sharp, shifted towards the man. Van felt a sudden change in atmosphere. Taehyung, I say no business talk when I am with her. The guard immediately understood and apologized. Bodyguard, I'm sorry boss, it won't happen again. Taehyung gave a silently nod, dismissed him with a wave of his hand. Once the man left, silence. Van, you are really scary when you talk like that. Taehyung turned to her, noticing the small smile on her face. Taehyung, gentle voice, don't be scared, princess. That side of me isn't for you. And blinked, surprised by the sudden change in his voice. Taehyung, reaching out, holding her hand. You are the only one I can raise my voice to. Remember that. Fine cheek flushed, a little pink. Her heart raced. She smiled softly, placing her small hand over his one. So I'm your weakness, huh? Taehyung smiled silently. Taehyung, you have been my weakness from the day I met you. She giggled, hiding her face while Taehyung just watched her, his calm eyes filled with love. After breakfast, Wine scratched her arms, feeling the Sunlight pouring through the large glass window. She smiled at herself. And I will go take a walk in the garden. It looks so pretty outside today. Taehyung, who was still seated, immediately looked up. His expression changed from calm to serious in heartbeat. Taehyung, no, Van froze mid-step, turned around, tittling her head with a confused smile. Van, why not? It's just the garden, Taehyung. Taehyung stood up quickly, walking towards her. The air around him carried that same energy everyone feared, except Van, would look at him with those innocent wide eyes. Taehyung, you are not going out alone, not here, not ever. Van blinked, take a back. For a moment, she smiled softly, trying to ease his tone. Van, are you afraid I will turn away? Taehyung jaw tightening silently. He placed one hand against the wall beside her. Taehyung, I am afraid someone looking at you. I don't like it. Van's heart fluttered at his words, her cheek became pink, his eyes were sharp, dangerous. Van, you are too protective, Taehyung. I can take care of myself. You don't take stress on me. Taehyung, I know, but I promise myself you will never face the kind of word I do. His words carry both strength and energy for the moment. Van showed the man behind the boss. Why, then come with me. We will walk together. Taehyung pause, his cold eyes softening. Taehyung, fine, but stay with me, okay? Van smiled and holding Taehyung's hand, even though he didn't say a word, the small smile on his face made her smile as they stepped into the garden together. The sun fell through the trees for a rare moment, King smiled. The garden was a quiet, sunlight fell through the leaves, but Wine energy filled the space with a sparkle melody. Wine, tell him about last night, why you didn't talk to me so much. Taehyung guessed Philippa too, her unreadable, and he shook his head, his expression calm but serious. Taehyung, you are still too little to awake at the late night. Wine, pretending. Too late, I am little, I am 18 years old. Come on, we are married now, we are partners. Or maybe you just become bored or tired. Was that it? Taehyung ignored her teasing, looking away from the garden, but inside his thoughts. She she doesn't know, she can't understand. She is full of my life, so innocent in her own way. Last night she fell asleep, smiling, really trusting on me. She deserves more than this world. She deserves more happiness of this world. Van tilted her head, discussing but not giving up, and smiled. Van, still acting like a stubborn king, tell me, when will you give me a little proof that I am your really princess? Taehyung looked down at her, his cold eyes softening by her smile. Taehyung, when the time is right, and the only then, princess. Van smiled, but her voice dropped into a playful whisper that only he could hear. I will wait, but don't think I will let you ignore me forever. Taehyung jaw tightening up his hand, hold her hand brief second, enough for her to say she is always teasing, and yet every laugh, every playful word of hers meant something. Really melt my heart. Ryan stepped closer, her smile widened. Ryan, you know Taehyung, I was expecting a little attention from you, but you just fell asleep like a stone. Taehyung jaw tightening, he didn't answer, his eyes darkening silently as he looked at her. Ryan, I guess my prince doesn't like giving his princess little attention. Taehyung stepped towards her, his presence suddenly make her calm, make her voice calm. Taehyung, be careful, princess. Your words are dangerous. Why dangerous me? Oh, I am just curious. Is that so wrong? Taehyung inhaled softly. His mind raced. Taehyung, teasing, innocent yet daring. Every playful word is like a spark. Something I can laugh. She hasn't chosen to give up. He reached out, holding her hand. Taehyung, soft, you are clever, Ryan, always testing me. But remember, I am not the same world you are. Saying you can't, going away from me, Ryan. I soften. Ryan, I will wait then, but don't think you are getting away from my curiosity forever, Mr. Mafia. Taehyung, smile, he and her shaking his head as he glanced away. Taehyung, She will never understand how hold my hand. She always teasing me, but I like it. A few days later, the living room was quiet, the sunlight spilling across the sofa where Taehyung sat, reading a file. His posture was composed. She quickly running towards Taehyung and hugged him from behind. Why so serious today, Mr. Mafia? You are not going to notice your wife? Taehyung and his slowly, his finger tightening on the edge of the file. He didn't turn, his voice calm. Taehyung, no princess, wine. Oh, come on. Just to give me a one attention. One glance at me. Taehyung softened lightly. Taehyung, no princess, not now. Without looking at her low voice, Wine's smile fell silently. She became sad, but something made her more sad. Wine, 3 months of marriage. And still he didn't give me that much attention. He hugged me sometimes, held my hand, teased me endlessly, but never give attention to me. That's enough. She felt a small sadness, tension she couldn't hide. Fine, he is always so calm, untouchable, but I thought maybe he liked me more by now. Maybe I expect too much. I think he didn't like me. She leaned her forehead lightly on the sofa, closing her eyes wide. I just want him to give me attention. Taehyung's hand holding the file, but he stays silent, watching her from his parallel vision. Why she is upset, yet she doesn't even know why. She doesn't understand the part of me she never understands, but she seems at a distance as doubt and I hate her. But it was not like that. Taehyung shifted silently, his hand glitching lightly. He remained silent. Van leaned back and little her playful smile replaced by a soft, thoughtful Van. Maybe he's just too perfect. Van leaned over the counter, fixing her hair. Van, do you even notice how am I looking? I can be a beautiful Taehyung reading a file nearby, didn't even look up. Continue calm. Van, hello, I'm talking to you. Taehyung remained silent, flipping a page. Movie night. Ryan sat close on the couch. Ryan smiled. Aren't we married? Shouldn't I get special attention from you? From my husband? Taehyung didn't looking at her. Ryan, or are you just pretending not to hear me? She tried to make him talk, but he didn't react. Her green widened garden walk. Ryan and Taehyung both had walking together. Van, you always act so serious. You don't like it when I talk too much. Taehyung didn't answer, walking straight. Van, ignore me, huh? That's your answer again? He remained silent, but Van heard beat quickly. She knew he noticed everything, but he didn't react. Bedtime banter. Van sat on the edge of the bed, looking at Taehyung. Van, attention me, it's make me more perfect. Taehyung simply stood at the door, folding his arms, not saying a word. Van, or are you just pretending not to care for me? She enjoyed the quiet silence. He didn't answer, and quickly sleeping on the bed. The living room was quiet. Taehyung sitting at the table with his phone pressed to his ear. Van, whispering in his ear, who is calling you, Mr. Serious? Is it someone boring? Taehyung glanced at her, voice low but calm. Taehyung, when I'm on a call, why? But you are always so busy. I can't let you ignore me for too long, right? She reached over and pressed hand on his phone before he could react. Taehyung froze, staring at her in disbelief. Taehyung, Princess, what did I just tell you? When I say I can't let you ignore me. Taehyung's eyes darkening. He finally snapped, standing and looking at her. Taehyung, you are so careless. You don't understand anything. Do you even realize what's important? Do you even think before acting? Ryan becomes sad, her playful energy replaced by confusion sadness. His voice, it's the first time I hear him sounds like this. He really been bothered by me all the time. Taehyung, looking at her, he continues speaking every thought he had kept in his mind. I protect you because I like you. Every day I kept you safe from everything, and yet you act like you can just do whatever you want. I am something. I am do my work. I have a patience. He paused, seeing Van said, his anger replaced. He noticed a small pouty face. Taehyung, and you with the cute little pout, you make it impossible for me to say angry, but I can't just let you run wild. Princess. She opened her mouth, ready to say something, but before he could speak again, she turned on her heel. Taehyung's hand was becoming angry. She disappeared from his side. He wanted to call her back to explain, but he didn't. Taehyung, she doesn't understand anything. She thinks I'm angry, but it's more than that. I'm just frustrated because I like her so much, and now she ran away from me. I almost broke my own rule that I will never make her sad. He stared at the empty hallway, silent, except for the soft echo of her laughter from earlier. When if he doesn't like my voice and talkative behavior, then I will stop to talking to him. The whole time he was busy with some important work at first. He felt relieved because Ryan hasn't caused any mess for him. But silence he couldn't tolerate it anymore. He decided to go and talk to Ryan. The mansion was silent when Taehyung entered. The faint talkative clock echoed through the marble hallway. He walked towards the living room, looking at Ryan. Ryan would run up to him, chattering endless about something, but she stand there. He found her standing near the window, sunlight painting her soft glow. Her hair was tied up. Taehyung, Ryan, no response, no simple reply. The cup down gently on the table. Her movements slow, careful. Taehyung, you are really not going to talk to me? She blinked once, then turned silently towards him, just enough for him to see her face. No smile, no pout. Then, without a word, she adjusts a small flower vase on the table. Taehyung, looking at her, her hand stopped mid-air, soft and curled against his open palm. Taehyung, Princess, what's wrong with you? She didn't answer. Her gaze avoiding his, she slowly pulled away hand gently, but in anger. Taehyung froze in place. The one silent gesture, no words, no reaction, make him more tense. She didn't even look angry. She just shut me out completely. No tears, no noise, just a silence. That's my wine. He ran hand through his hair. Frustration built. He wanted to shout, to call her name, but his voice caught. Yet one silent girl behind door, he make him angry. He stood outside the room later that night, staring at the faint light, saying if she is staying silent, then I deserve it. But deep down, the same silence began to make him more stubborn. He missed her laughter, her nonsense, even her stubbornness too. It had been a nearly week. Taehyung barely slept. The mansion was quiet, even when full of life. Made move softly. Kitchen is the farm. He watched her from the hallway. One evening, she was in the garden again, watering a flower brought for her month ago, just to focus on couch. Blessed as thought it was. Taehyung, she used to talk to those flowers. She tell me the story, complain about me, laugh at her own jokes. Now she just stand there, silent. He couldn't take it anymore. He walked out towards her, his long hair falling in front of his forehead. She simply placed the watering can aside. Taehyung, why? She didn't react. She kept picking dry leaves. Taehyung, princess, look at me. She froze for a second, but didn't turn. Taehyung, walking closer to her, his voice dropped. Taehyung, you are really not going to talk to me, are you? She straightened up slowly, wiped her hands on her apron, step aside. He turned quickly. Taehyung, enough, stop ignoring me. Turned her head silently, her eyes meeting his for a brief second, calm, soft but discerned. She gently tried to hold her hand back. Taehyung, what are you trying to prove, huh? That you don't need me, that you don't like me? She blinked slowly, no words, no expression, just the quiet heaviness. She finally pulled her hand free, began to walk away, taking frustration boiled over. He took a step towards her. Taehyung, don't do this to me, Ryan. Please say something. I don't like your silence. She finally looked at him. But still she didn't speak. Instead, she reached up slowly, holding his hand, and gave the smallest bow to him. Taehyung stood frozen, the world around him suddenly fading to nothing. Taehyung, I can see that she is going away from me. Cold life, it's fading little by little, which I didn't like. The night had stretched long. Taehyung become tired, had turned into quite heartbreaker. He sat on the edge of the sofa, elbow on his knee, face buried in his hand for the first time. The man who was called untouchable was crying. Wine stood silently near the doorway, holding both his hands. He didn't even notice her presence. Her heart ached. This wasn't the Taehyung she knew, not the arrogant mafia who hid behind silence. Now he is something else. She took a slow step forward, him behind Taehyung. He froze, his breath to catch the voice, the one he'd been dying to hear again, but she didn't say, Taehyung, you spoke. She nodded slowly. He stood up immediately, I still with her hope. Taehyung, anything, just to say anything. She looked at him. Taehyung, tell me why. Why you try to get angry on me? Why you just to say you had my words? He froze, his become tense for the moment. Silence filled the room. Taehyung, because you are always so talkative. Saying you are still to understand me, and I am 32 years old. I have to say something to you. I didn't want to see your eyes fill with tears again because of me. She looked at him, really looked for the first time. She saw not her cold mafia husband, but a man who can really care for her. Ryan, so it was your possessive side for me, saying always, you deserve it, Ryan. Then when I turn 20, will you still be Sam or not? He looked at her, small laugh. He gently held her hand. Taehyung, I will always by your side. She smiled, the kind of smile that held forgiveness and promise, and I will wait until then. Don't hide anymore. Taehyung nodded slowly, walking towards her. Her head rested against his forehead. Her heart beat fast. For the first time in months, peace filled the air. For the real, when you turn 20, Taehyung whispered, smiling faintly. You will be always my first and last love, and how much you want. One close her eyes, then I will be waiting. The end.